Ronda Jean Rousey is an American professional wrestler, actress, former judoka, and mixed martial artist who is currently signed to WWE, where she performs on the SmackDown brand. Rousey began her mixed martial arts (MMA) career with King of the Cage in 2011 and became a judo champion, earning back-to-back gold medals at the Pan American Championships. She's best known for her time in the Ultimate Fighting Championship, but you don't really need to be a big UFC or WWE fan to know her name, since she used to be one of the world's highest-earning athletes. So first up, let's talk about why Ronda Rousey retired. Ronda Rousey successfully defended her title at UFC 157 against Liz Caramouche and participated in the first women's fight in UFC history. She even went on to set the record for the highest number of UFC title defenses by a woman, but her undefeated streak came to an abrupt end in her 7th title defense at UFC 193 when Holly Holm shockingly knocked out the former UFC bantamweight champion in the second round of the bout. Rousey later mentioned in an appearance on the Ellen DeGeneres show that she felt like committing suicide in the immediate moments after the match because she felt like, after a loss like that, she didn't know how to move forward anymore. Rousey returned at UFC 207 to face the then champion Amanda Nunes, but lost the fight via TKO in the first round. The former UFC fighter was ready to emerge from the shadows and reclaim her place atop the women's 135-pound mountain after a year in exile following her match with Holm. But once the bout started, it was clear that things weren't going to end well for Rousey. After her massive consecutive losses, Rousey made it clear that mixed martial arts was not a priority for her anymore and moved on to WWE and a career in Hollywood. She admitted that her heart hadn't been fully committed to cage fighting near the end of her career, and that there were times when judo and MMA were fun, but sometimes things just needed to run their course. Becky Lynch achieved the titles of both Raw and SmackDown Women's Champion in the marquee bout of the show following the defeat of Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair, but it was her pinfall on Rousey during the match that was responsible for conspiracy theories, enhanced intrigue, and potential follow-ups in the weeks and months after the show. Despite Rousey not having competed for the WWE since April 2019, she was still a part of the company. Rousey was streaming a game on her Facebook handle when she was asked a question about her WWE contract, in which she answered that she was still contracted with the WWE. However, it was reported that her deal was to run out at WrestleMania 37 in March of 2021. All that aside, Rousey also often alluded to a WWE comeback, asserting that she would like to rematch Natalya Neidhart, and trash-talking the WWE superstars and WWE as an organization, blurring the lines between professional wrestling and real life. Now we have her pregnancy. After a successful stint with the WWE, where she even became the women's champion, Rousey announced in an appearance on WWE Total Divas that she would be taking a sabbatical from wrestling to focus on starting a family with her husband and former UFC heavyweight Travis Browne. Although Ronda Rousey didn't have kids of her own at the time, she got her first taste of parenting through her marriage to Travis Browne when she became a stepmother to a pair of her husband's children. The athlete said that having a family gave her a lot of joy and taught her to be a selfless person. She also talked about how her and Browne were letting nature take its course instead of rushing things or putting any pressure on themselves, enjoying every day and accepting it whenever it happened, but that she was mostly focusing on spending quality time with her family. Rousey revealed that she chose to speak about her plans of having a baby on Total Divas to make the topic less taboo, saying that she was happy because she didn't have to go through the rigorous demands of a pro wrestling career as she planned on having a baby. The athlete couple announced Ronda's pregnancy in April of 2020 in a sweet YouTube video to break the news. Rousey debuted her baby bump in the video, saying she couldn't hide it anymore, so it was time to show it off. The video also included sweet footage of the couple finding out about her pregnancy. Following the announcement, Rousey got candid about her pregnancy journey in an Instagram post that she made in July of 2017 and expressed her excitement to meet her daughter, saying she couldn't wait to meet the baby to see what she'd be like. Ronda Rousey announced the birth of her daughter to the world on Instagram in a post that she made in September. The former UFC champion, aka Rowdy, now held a new title among the others that she's earned. She was now a mom. Next, return of the baddest women on the planet. Following the birth of her daughter, WWE fighter and new mother Ronda Rousey opened up about her speedy postpartum recovery while sharing images of her toned abdomen just 10 days after giving birth of her first child. The 34-year-old posted 2 mirror selfies on Instagram and explained that her body seemed to be recovering faster than she'd hoped. However, she noted that she wouldn't know the true extent of her physical condition until her postpartum checkup. The wrestler also talked about how her body had changed in the past 2 years, admitting that when she felt she had lost a lifetime of muscle after breaking her hands in WrestleMania matchup in December of 2019 and following her pregnancy in April of 2020. Rousey's pregnancy and then the birth of her daughter threw a question in the fans' minds on her return. However, she made her comeback just 6 months after giving birth, participating in the WWE in January to compete in the Royal Rumble. Having entered at number 28, she eliminated Brie Bella, Nikki ASH, and Shotzi to earn herself a title shot on wrestling's biggest stage. Her comeback threw a massive roar from the crowd and ignited social media, with fans, WWE superstars past and present, taking to social media to express their excitement for the return of the baddest woman on the planet. Following her victory at the Rumble, Rousey claimed that she had plans to return for another title even before she'd given birth, since the day she had found out that she was pregnant, the athlete calculated her due date, knowing she wanted to return to the WWE at the Royal Rumble. Now let's talk about WrestleMania 38. Ronda Rousey was set to challenge Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania 38, clearly having no plans to depart the company at any time soon. She made her surprise return at the Royal Rumble in January and won the Women's Royal Rumble match after being out of WWE for nearly 3 years, and before that, Rousey hadn't wrestled since losing to Becky Lynch in a triple threat match at WrestleMania 35. Rousey and Flair were planning to face each other in one of the matches on night 1 of WrestleMania 38, and it was widely expected that the baddest woman on the planet would prevail. It would mark her second title reign in WWE, as she previously held the Raw Women's Championship for 231 days. While competing in her first singles match in 3 years, Rousey showed signs of rust, but also used her signature style to create a combat-heavy atmosphere against the more polished Charlotte Flair. The latter overcame Rousey after plenty of momentum swings, as each competitor exerted their will on the other. Rousey became the first ever to escape Flair's figure 8 finishing maneuver, while Flair avoided or interrupted armbar and ankle locks from Rousey. Flair accidentally speared WWE referee Charles Robinson, resulting in the referee being incapacitated and being unable to see the submission after Rousey had snatched a patented armbar, eliciting frantic taps from the champion. In her attempt to revive the referee, Rousey opened herself to a big boot from Flair that spelled doom for the ex-UFC star. Flair covered her opponent, and Robinson very conveniently woke up in time to count the pinfall. Lastly, Ronda Rousey addresses her loss to Charlotte Flair. In a recent gaming live stream on Facebook, Rousey made it clear that the only reason she wasn't SmackDown Women's Champion was because Flair cheated. She spoke about her condition following WrestleMania and commented on her loss. Rousey felt that she should have been ready for Charlotte's ambush and that she'd have to be good enough that no amount of cheating would be able to beat her. There's still no announcement for Rousey's return on this week's SmackDown, but there's also no indication that she'll be taking another hiatus like the one back in 2019. That's a wrap for this video. Where do you think Ronda Rousey's career is headed after this? Will she continue to be the baddest woman on the planet? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.